Water temperatures near freezing, these suits are designed to provide warmth and protection to those out rescuing on the ice. This training also uses drone technology to drop down safety devices for those being rescued, taking this training to new heights. Live at the Cherryville Mall, and as you can see behind me, there is a large police presence. They have this whole area taped off near Macy's. We are seeing some reduced speeds as well as some reduced visibility due to the blowing snow that's going on right now. Now, these donated goods will come off of the shelves here at the food pantry and into the cart of seniors who will now go home with a fresh cart of nutritious groceries. Good evening, Sean. If you guys have driven around the city in the past few days, you may have noticed one common color. The city has been shining blue in honor of a blue life that was lost in the line of duty, and both the Rockford Police and the community are not letting Officer Cox go alone. Now, with these water levels expected to rise into the weekend, residents say they're preparing for the worst that is yet to come. And there has been a steady stream of voters coming through today to cast their vote. Now, that voting started at 6 this morning, and it's going to go until 7 tonight. Now, this truck is loaded with plenty of new technology that department says will help save lives here in the community. This truck also has some new technology that helps out those who use it every single day. One of those new things happens to be this backup camera, something the department says they've never had before. There was a lot of energy and excitement out at Byers Stadium as the original Peaches got a chance to watch the next generation of women baseball players get their skirts dirty. This new program came as a compromise by lawmakers during the budget stalemate. It's designed to provide private scholarship funds to those who qualify. In turn, those donors can get a tax credit. It was day 3 of the sentencing hearing for former U.S. gymnastics Dr. Larry Nassar yesterday. More victims shared their stories, but the story of the day was a 6-page letter Nassar wrote for the judge to read. And the Rock River is a great place to have fun, but it can also be extremely dangerous if people are not water aware. That's why new life-saving equipment will be placed along the river. For those of you brave enough to brave the cold this morning, we're going to see pretty chilly temperatures around 30 degrees throughout the morning hours. However, there will be sunshine, so that's something to look forward to as you're running and getting a workout and before you start eating all of that food. Hard to believe that we're enjoying temperatures this warm in the month of December, and today was one of the nicest days we've seen so far. If we take a look at these high temperatures we saw today, 48 degrees here in Rockford. We are going to see a mix of some rain and snow tonight, and into the later hours, possibly some freezing rain as well.
Love, honor, and gratitude.
3 things 92-year-old Lee Hartsfield says these 2,000 American flags represent.
A symbol of that gratitude and love and honor for the ones that are gone.
As a veteran himself,
World War II, U.S. Navy.
being able to give back is extremely important to him.
It's certainly important that the community continues to recognize the sacrifice of the veterans who fought in the wars.
Hartsfield raised money to provide free flags for veterans' graves for 35 years. This year, Lee raised nearly $25,000 to donate to the local Boys and Girls Club, who promised to continue the tradition in the future.
I needed someone to take it over. It takes me 2 days to put the flags out there. Boys and Girls Club sends me several kids. They do it in an hour and a half.
And when visitors come by to pick up their flags,
they all say they're taking them to the graveyard.
Lee knows they're going to a good place.
It's a great honor, and I'm so glad that they're free.
Connie Johnson picked up 4 flags on Saturday for her loved ones.
For my grandpa and my father and my 2 uncles.
And plans to place each one on their graves, a special gesture in light of Memorial Day weekend.
Because they deserved it and they earned it.
Putting a smile on Lee's face as he sees the community appreciate the significance of these flags just like he does.
It pleases me to know that the community remembers and honors and feels gratitude toward the veterans.
A long-standing tradition from one veteran to many others. For your 13 Weather Authority, Megan Hedstrom, 13 News. It all began 21 years ago.
Just one day I just decided to come up and join.
What started as 2 brothers joining a volunteer fire department,
It means my life. I've given everything I can for this place.
has now turned into a family affair. And when you take a look down this line, you may see one thing in common.
It's no different than being at home. It's just one big family here or there.
The West Suburban Fire Department, otherwise known as the Mesh family, has 13 out of their 22 volunteer firefighters who are related by blood.
It's a big family. Everybody wants to be here. And when you sit back and watch it all, it's just amazing how many actually really wanted to do it.
Chief Keith Mesh and his brothers joined the West Suburban Fire Department in 1997, and from there, the amount of meshes in the department took off.
As long as the department's here, yes, I think we keep adding more and more.
I am one of the nieces of the chief and deputy chief.
Since she was 4 years old, Stephanie was around fire trucks and ambulances. And once she turned 18, she joined the department. Now, Stephanie is watching the younger generations
Tell her what it is.
enjoy the station just like she did.
We have a little 2-year-old that runs around already calling fire trucks, ambulances, so they're going to grow up to be in it.
Oh, they're growing up around the station. They all come here every day. I got grandkids that come up here with me all the time.
Now, as for the other 10 volunteer firefighters who are not related to the Mesh family,
no one gets left out. Everyone gets invited.
Tyler Ruff is a new addition to the West Suburban Fire Department team, and although he may be new to the department, he isn't new to the Mesh family.
I grew up with the guys. Me and little Jerry went to high school together. Me and BK went to high school and middle school together. Me and the chief's son went to high school together over at Auburn.
A familiar face who has already become another member of the family.
But you really don't even think about being a family up here. It's always been a family, no matter who's on the department. Even the ones that are not part of the family are family members.
No matter who joins next, family member or not, the department will always remain a family affair. For your Digging Deeper station, Megan Hedstrom, 13 News. This water is 34 degrees, not something you want to jump into. But Rockford firefighters are diving right in.
And I think it's really going to help us help the city.
This is the end of a 17-week course. Rockford Fire Department recruits and members are preparing for ice water rescues. Recruit Chad Erickson says this training is all mind over matter.
Kind of got to get over that hurdle of that you're going out on the ice, yeah.
With water temperatures near freezing, these suits are designed to provide warmth and protection to those out rescuing on the ice. This training also uses drone technology to drop down safety devices for those being rescued, taking this training to new heights.
The highly trained dive rescue people aren't necessarily going to be the first on scene. It's probably going to be guys on an engine, on an ambulance.
Instructors say this training is for new recruits, members of the dive team, or anyone who wants to learn. So I decided to take on the challenge of the conditions to perform a rescue on one of our own.
We're going to let them know this is okay sign. We're going to let them know we're okay. And then once you're ready to pull, we give them a little pull sign.
Instructor Michael Schnapper says on average the department responds to around 8 to 10 dive calls a year.
It's because it's such a rare and such a high hazard thing, we have to train way more for that than we would for something that we do every day. It's inside and out.
And Erickson says he's pretty confident after these courses.
I feel like everyone in this class should have a pretty good grasp of what to do and when a situation like this really arises.
For your Digging Deeper station, Megan Hedstrom.
I'm going to help you get up over the ice shelf, okay?
13 News.